What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Palantir and how they have a partnership with one of the world's largest medical pharmaceutical companies. This is a big deal, and we're going to go over exactly how I was able to find this information and how it could affect Palantir going forward into the future and what other contracts could arise because of this partnership. We also have some more Jim Cramer remarks on Palantir, and we have Palantir's earnings coming up in the near future. We don't really have a confirmed date yet. If you Google it, it is going to say the projected and estimated date is going to be the 18th. But I know a lot of you guys say that your brokerages are saying that it is going to be happening on around May 4th. But Webull does not actually mention what the exact date of Palantir's earnings are going to be. So we are just going to have to wait and see. So before we get into all of this information, if you guys would like to earn 2 free stocks with Webull, valued up to $1,850, make sure you check out that link down below in my description. All you have to do is sign up for an account, deposit over $100, and you get access to those 2 free stocks. And if you enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you in these videos, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps me out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people as possible. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So today, at the current time that I am recording this video, it is about 10 a.m. Eastern time, and Palantir is trading up about 1.5%. So we are starting to see Palantir go into a small uptrend off of these lows. We were seeing significant sell-offs in the share price. It seemed as if every single time we received good news for this company, the stock would start to tumble. But I think we found our bottom in the $21 range, and we are going to continue this run up into earnings. Now, we are going to see some pretty substantial resistance, I think, at the $25, $26, and $27 price points. But if we are able to cross those different price points with momentum, I think that we could see $30 a share in the short term. But in my opinion, Palantir is a long-term investment. Over the next 5, 10, 20 years, I think that we are going to see at least $100 a share. So now let's take a look at some of the unusual options activity for Palantir. So we're not going to be looking at these weekly expiration dates, even though there is a significant amount of open interest on these 24, 24.5s, and 25s, but not as much volume. It is pretty normal to see that there's a lot of volume on these at-the-money strikes. But when we come out to a little bit of a further expiration date, this monthly May expiration date for May, it seems like this expiration date is going to cover Palantir's earnings, so that's going to be a very important date. But the open interest on these $25 strikes is 54,650 with not much volume happening today. But this 54,650 number right here essentially tells us that there are 54,650 contracts being held in people's brokerage accounts right now for Palantir. So options traders are very bullish and are expecting Palantir to get over the $25 price point by the middle of May. Now, this isn't an end-all be-all indicator. It's just kind of a good way to gauge what options traders and price speculators are thinking are going to happen with the stock in the near future. So now let's get into this very big pharmaceutical partnership. So when we come over to Palantir's Reddit page, shout out to KBA for Life for posting this. Novartis appears to be a new client. So we have 2 LinkedIn profiles that directly mention Palantir, and we're going to go into that. But we first need to figure out exactly who Novartis is. Novartis International AG is a Swiss multinational pharmaceutical company based in Basel, Switzerland. It is one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. And below, we see some of the drugs that they manufacture. A lot of these I have not heard of, but I think the one that is the most popular is going to be Ritalin, as you can see right here. So now let's get into some of these different LinkedIn actual pages that directly mention Palantir. So we can see that this individual mentions AWS, Amazon Web Services, Spark, Palantir Foundry, machine learning, and blockchain. And this individual is a product manager full-time at Novartis. So when we see his job description and roles, design, plan, and implement solutions for ingesting data from siloed applications onto Foundry, design automated data pipelines, build data utility libraries, design and build custom cloud-hosted applications on Foundry applications. This is pretty big news. He is directly saying that they are using Foundry. So this is a very big deal. At the current time, we don't really have any other information on a Palantir or Novartis relationship besides these two different LinkedIn postings. So when we come over to this next one, we can see that this individual is going to be the lead manager, advanced analytics, EDM, and visualization at Novartis, leading a team of 200 plus resources, internal and external, in data and analytics operations, who specialize in advanced analytics, enterprise data management, and visualization. Launched OneOps, integrated operations within technology architecture and digital function of Novartis. OneOps simplifies the way we operate by standardizing the operation, SOPs, number of hops/teams involved in delivering the services. Now, the current platform landscape includes Hadoop, Snowflake, Microsoft Azure Databricks, Amazon Web Services, Palantir. So that's pretty interesting. We have Palantir directly mentioned again. Now, what I also think is very interesting that is mentioned is AWS. So if you guys know, Palantir and Amazon Web Services have teamed up to actually create this thing called the ERP Suite on top of the Foundry platform. Now, this platform was able to save British Petroleum about $50 million of working capital in just 2 weeks. So I think it is very possible that Novartis is using Palantir's ERP Suite to not only just use Foundry for its classical applications, but to also save some money. When we take a look at some of these types of LinkedIn postings versus the job postings that we've actually looked at previously in these videos, these types of postings where it actually outlines the roles of individuals that are actually at the companies, and they directly come out and say that they are using the Foundry or the current platform landscape includes Palantir. These are a lot more concrete and suggest that these companies are actually using Palantir's technology versus some of these other job postings that are looking for individuals that have the capabilities to operate these types of technologies. Additionally, we also have some comments from Jim Cramer that came out this morning. So he talked about Ferrari. Ferrari's fabulous, just fabulous. I call that a buy. He talks about ChargePoint. We do like the field, but it's a crowded field. And then he mentions Palantir. I think Palantir's for real. Unfortunately, it's a big black box. A lot of the contracts, we can't tell what's in them. He actually does bring up a decent point there. I happen to like other software companies a little bit more, like Microsoft, but this is a stock that is a Cathie Wood stock. She is a very competent manager. She herself could take this thing higher if she wants to. Now, we've seen Cathie Wood do this a couple of times in a couple of the after-hours trading periods where Cathie Wood's notifications from ARK come out, and it says that she bought a very significant amount of Palantir throughout the day. We've seen 6% bounces, 20% bounces, just off of the news that Cathie Wood added a significant position. Now, addressing the point where Jim Cramer says there's a lot of contracts, but we can't tell what's in them. One of the things that I have pointed out previously when I've talked about these new Palantir contracts is that recently we have not gotten any news as part of these contract announcements as what the size of these contracts is going to be in terms of the dollar amount. So it's very hard to predict what Palantir's revenue is going to be. Now, some of you guys, if you don't really enjoy things like that, you want to be able to try and figure out what the company's revenue is going to be throughout the year, especially when there's a contract that is so contract heavy such as Palantir, and not just wait for the 4 times of the year where they're going to report their earnings. This might freak you out a little bit, but for me, I don't think it really bothers me that much. In my opinion, this sets us up to massively beat earnings expectations in the beginning of May. So that is going to conclude this update for Palantir. If you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I'm trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a very profitable day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.